I um, met the love of my life here in Brussels, and I think I might just leave it at that. Um, we were seeing each other and getting to know each other, and it was just a beautiful relationship. He was a great guy, kind, fine, tall, dark, and handsome. He's first generation Congolese Belgian, so he's from Belgium, but his family is from Congo. Just a sweet, considerate, caring person. Had so many things in common, it was creepy. And genuinely enjoyed his company. And we are no longer seeing each other because I'm going back to the US, and he is not comfortable with continuing an intercontinental long distance relationship, which I think is stupid, but I understand, but I disagree with, but I have accepted it and I'm letting it go. It was a really sad, heartbreaking, devastating goodbye. We basically suffocated the life out of our relationship by thinking about the future. And so we're not seeing each other anymore, even though I have 3 months left in the country. So, I mean, I may or may not have like spiraled into like a minor depression, because I feel like he was the first person that I connected with so deeply and like truly appreciated me for who I was. Like, I've learned a lot from my past relationships, and this is really not about to be like, I refuse to turn this into a relationship vlog, because one, I really don't want to put my business out there, but I think that's something important to share, but also something that I plan to look back on like years from now, so I can be like, see girl, it worked out. But you know, he appreciated my intelligence, he appreciated my ambition, the things that I'm passionate about, and really did. You know, I've met other men who will say they want a smart, independent, whatever woman, and then when push comes to shove, they're intimidated by it, right? And it's like, that is rubbish. Or men who make me feel like I'm too black, or I'm too natural, or I'm too independent, or I'm too whatever. And at the basis of that, I mean, I've always rejected that. You know, I had a guy tell me once, you know, we had a good conversation, met him at a club or something, and then, you know, casual talk, seemed interesting. And then towards the end of the conversation, he's like, so what do you want to do? This was a few years ago. And I was like, yeah, you know, I want to get my PhD in biochemistry or biomedical sciences. And he goes, you may want to get married before you do that, or you'll scare all the guys away. And I laughed, and I smiled, and I said, that's not my problem, that's their problem. So that's kind of like, that's representative of how I respond to those kinds of statements. I'm like, no, I would rather be alone than be with somebody that cannot appreciate the things that I do and feels that I belong in a certain box or a certain room because I'm a woman. That's nonsense. That's rubbish. So I don't even want to give my energy to those kinds of thoughts. But I bring that up because I think over time it can subconsciously take a toll. Like, you can just kind of feel, I don't know, maybe bad about yourself. No, I don't want to say I feel bad about myself, but it's just tiring to hear the same narrative of you being too smart, too independent, too whatever. And I have to honestly say, I feel like American dating can be slightly toxic. I think anyway, oh gosh, I'm really just trying not to go on this tangent, but there's two sides to this. So I'm the type of person where I'm like, you know, you like Kendrick says, love is not just a verb, it's you looking in the mirror. So yeah, dudes can be trash, but you also need to reflect and say, why am I attracting these kinds of dudes, and why am I entertaining these kinds of dudes? So take responsibility for your love life. But in the same sense, some dudes are trash. Like, you're a trash person, like you're a trash individual, like you're just trash, right? So, but that said, I have found that my interactions with men here, platonic and non-platonic, have been so much more healthy and encouraging and like great. Anyway, so back to the guy. So like, I could talk to him about anything. I could talk to him about my research. There was one point, I think after the E-Natal conference, I called him at like 2 a.m. and was literally just rambling in his ear for an hour talking about everyone's projects, and I didn't mean to do that on purpose. And he just listened and was like, you know, excited and happy for me, and like, I don't know, just anyway, little things like that. just felt like an equal. Not to sound cocky or conceited, but I really just feel like he was me in male form. Like, everything that I bring to the table is what I would want in a partner, and he had that. He had everything, like, literally everything. Like, his inside matched his outside, and my brother was fine. But I'm fine too, so, you know, like, nah, I'm not playing. I was gonna say just playing, but, like, I'm not, so, yeah. Anyway, so that's that. So, that's over. And that was really tough for me because, you know, before I met him, actually, I had talked to my mom about, like, not wanting to go back to Michigan, really the U.S., because this has for sure been one of the best years of my life, like, easily. I've literally been living my best life. I have friends calling and texting me. They're like, girl, you're really out there living your best life and mine. And it's true. I mean, I've had a great experience here, and I attribute the majority of that to my lab. My advisor is amazing. My lab mates are awesome. They're my friends. They really made an effort to make me feel included. I've met really great people here. I've had an amazing party life. I've had the opportunity to travel to other countries. My friends have been able to visit me. I mean, it's just been amazing. And so I had been talking to my mom, like, yo, like, my research is flourishing, like, I'm out here eating croissants and losing weight, I'm just living my best life, like, why would I leave this, you know? And she was like, stay focused. You went there to do something, and it's great that you're having a good time, and it's good that you feel conflicted about leaving, because if you didn't, it would mean you didn't have a good time. But you don't need to hold on to things because they're good. Just appreciate them in the moment. And, you know, I was really feeling sad about, like, my time coming to an end. And then, after that conversation, right, I'm already like, yo, maybe, you know, that inspired me to, like, set up an institutionalized collaboration between my institute, the DeDuve Institute here in Brussels and in Michigan, because so many faculty at the institute did their postdocs at U of M. There's been exchange, like, between students and at the institute to Michigan and Michigan to the institute, myself included. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come back. Like, I'm gonna find a way to, like, do part of my dissertation, which I'm still trying to do, by the way. So that'll likely be another video, but. Yeah, so I'm like, I was already feeling like I don't want to leave, like I want to stay, and like, because I'm a scientist, you know, that would have been easy. It wasn't about how do I stay, it was like, do I stay? So after that conversation, I was like, no, she's right. Like, I need to go to Michigan, finish my training. This is one of the greatest opportunities of my lifetime. And Michigan is a great place, you know, and to be able to go to a fully funded program at one of the top universities in the world, like, I mean, take my behind back and finish. And she's like, after you get your PhD, so you go back to Brussels, you could go wherever you want in the world, you can do whatever you want to do, but you need to focus and finish. Then after that, I meet this guy. And I'm like, bruh, now I really don't want to go back. So anyway, I would say that's been, it has been tough. It's been tough, but I'm on the up and up, which is why I'm making this video, because I'm bouncing back to the chi that I am. But it's been hard, and I've got I'm starting to transition back to, like, moving and getting my lease all together. I proposed the curriculum that I would like to take as a part of the program. I'm starting, I'm taking care of things as they come, and it's maybe I should shift my perspective. Instead of thinking about how sad I'm gonna be to leave, I'm just gonna say that I've had a wonderful time. I have had an amazing time. I've met amazing people. I've been loved. I've been appreciated for who I am as a person. Yeah. That's all I can say about that. Because at the end of the day, I remind myself, like, I don't have to leave. I don't. If I wanted to do a PhD here, I could. If I wanted to not do a PhD and start working, I could. I'm in the right field to do that. I have the training to do that. So I'm going back because I know it's the right thing to do. I know that's what I need to do for myself. And I would say one of the most most challenging lessons that I've learned, and let's not say challenging, one of the most challenging things for me to learn to accept and embrace is staying on track, because Belgium was just like the wind, like trying to blow me just like tornado come knock me off course. But I know, like, I know what I need to do, and I'm looking forward to going back to Michigan, because I know they're about to whoop my butt. They're about to whip me into shape. They're about to whip me into shape. Like, I'm already in shape, but they're really about to whip me into shape. Like, I'm excited and terrified for my qualifying exams at the same time. Like, and I'm coming back. So there's that. Yeah, thinking about doing a postdoc in Switzerland after I finish. Thinking of definitely, no, I'm claiming it. I'm coming back for a summer in Europe to do an industry internship. And then I'm going to spend a year abroad again in Europe, in a francophone country, as a part of my dissertation work, period. Because I feel like it's not as commonly integrated into higher education in the US. But it's so common here in Europe. So every time I think like, oh, I'm like doing too much, or I'm doing a lot, or I'm trying to do the most, I'm like, no. What I'm doing is different. And the more people that do what I'm doing, the more standard it'll become. Like, if you can have a collaboration between U of M and Michigan State, why can't you have a collaboration between U of M and these are rhetorical questions, U of M and the Duduve Institute? The only difference is it's one's an 8-hour flight and one's like a 2-hour drive. But the science is the same. We use the same reagents. Pipettes are still pipettes, whether they're in Europe or in America. So, you know, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Like, the travel bug, I've been bit with the travel bug, so this is absolutely for certain the beginning. I'm going to have some more blog posts about like the visa process. I just found out that the contribution fee that I paid, 350 freaking euro, I didn't have to pay because I'm a Fulbright scholar affiliated with the university as a student. So I just submitted my reimbursement form today because I'm like, nah, I need that. I'm going to need that back. So with that, I will bid you all adieu. I don't know what I'm about to do, but I'm chilling. So, yeah, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.